In this video I'm going to show you how to break up your pre-constructed decks into random decks that will be used for various game types depending on what the game type calls for. Sometimes it calls for a pre-constructed deck, other times it calls for a random deck. In order to do this, the first thing you want to look at is your minions and heroes will each have a color associated with them. The weaker minions and heroes will have a copper color for the numbers down here. When they get a little bit stronger, they will have a silver color, and then the strongest will have a gold color on them. And you just look at these colors and you will see that each card has one of these represented on them. So what you will do is you will have your two pre-constructed decks, and the first thing you will do is remove the region cards from them. And then after you're done with doing that, you will combine them together. Now remember that you can always go back to the pre-constructed decks with the index cards that show you what's in each constructed deck, so you don't have to worry about mixing them up. But after you combine them together, you will go through and find each card's either gold, silver, or copper color and separate them into 3 piles. So I'll go ahead and do that now. With the unfinished card pre-constructed decks, there was one error, and that is with the Wraith. The Wraith on the card is copper, however you will put him in the silver pile deck. He used to be silver, but I changed him to copper, and it was an oversight making the decks, so you will just put him in the silver deck. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll show you how that looks. Okay, so after you've separated your cards, you should have 8 gold, 16 silver, 24 copper, as long as you did that right. So after you do this, you are going to shuffle up each of these piles separately, and then you aren't going to look at them from this point on. So you'll have 3, I'll just flip them over, 3 piles. Okay? And it's important to remember which is which, although you can kind of tell by how many cards are in each. So then after you do that, you will take your gold pile of cards and you will split them into 4 separate decks. Well, 4 separate piles, rather. So 2 gold cards per pile will create 4, and then you'll move on to your silver. And then with your silver cards, you will put 4 silver cards per pile, and so forth. And then the copper cards, you will put 6 cards per pile. So it is 2, 4, 6, and that's the numbers to remember. Okay, now after you've done this, you will have 4 piles that have 12 cards in them, so 2 gold, 4 silver, and 6 copper. And there are several different game types that you will be able to play with these random decks.